I'm just so frustrated. Like yesterday, I had one of the best experiences ever because Messi won the World Cup. Big fan of Messi since I was a kid. The reason I fell in love with football. I mean, I'm from Nigeria, so that was like the main sport we were watching as kids. And just to see Messi cap off his whole career, winning the World Cup was a really thrilling experience. I was excited. I was with my friends and they supported France, so it was a roller coaster. You can imagine, how it played out 2-0, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3, penalties. Most insane match I've ever watched in my whole life, and I probably will ever watch in my whole life, honestly. I don't think anything can ever beat this World Cup final against France and Argentina in 2022. And being in this high spirit and having such a happy day, excited to record the podcast because I know I've been dragging on when I record the podcast, but I knew what I was going to talk about and I knew I could record it in a day and edit it in a day. So I just need 2 days to release it. And everything was calculated and under control. Got home, dabbed up the boys at home, went to my room, charged my iPad because I was going to take a quick nap, then wake up and record the podcast because I was really tired. I charged the iPad, I go to bed, I wake up by 4 a.m. It's time for me to record the podcast, right? I open up my iPad and I just see the screen is completely broken. I can't even begin to imagine or calculate where it broke or how it's broke. Because when I was watching the match at Barasti, I left the iPad in Philip's car at the back seat. No one was in the car. We came back after the match to the car. I put the iPad on my lap. I came home, put the iPad on the couch, then took it to my room and I charged it. And now that I open it, the screen is broken. So I can't even begin to imagine how or when on how it broke or cracked. Honestly, I can't begin to think about it. I did think about it, but now it is what it is. That's my mentality now. It is what it is. Why couldn't everything just go smoothly, Why does something out of my control or out of my line of sight has to happen when everything is going good? When I'm in a good mood that day, when I'm at least happy today of all days, Why? Why does this have to happen to me? It's very annoying when you're on a roll in life in general, everything is falling in place, you're taking calculated steps, calculated risks, you're hitting your strides. Even if everything is not going so smoothly, you're in control, you're kind of in control, you feel in control, and all of a sudden, something that is way out of your control just happens to you, and it can really affect every single thing you've been doing. Because of that, I wasn't able to record an episode yesterday because I was just in thoughts. The iPad was broken. The centerpiece of my workflow, to record the podcast, to edit the podcast, to post on social media, upload everywhere, emails, everything. What do I do now? I had to relax and take a deep breath and start analyzing and seeing, how to move forward with this. And I just said myself, the first thing I told myself was, if you allow this linger more than it should, you're going to regret it. That means if I keep on analyzing this and keep on thinking about it and dwelling on it, I know I won't record episode 8 because now I have a very good reason not to record episode 8. And when that thing out of your control happens to you, you have a very good reason not to continue. You have a very good reason to pause. You have a very good reason to take a break. But I know the moment I start pausing and taking a break because something out of my control happened or disturbed the flow, that means now I have accepted that anything can affect my flow. Anything can interrupt what I said or what I put my mind into doing. So I said no matter what, I'm going to release episode 8 on Tuesday. I'm not even going to give it a day more. I'm going to release it on Tuesday, not on Wednesday, not on Thursday, not on Friday, which I can easily do. I'm going to release it on Tuesday just to hold myself accountable because I really enjoy making this podcast. It's a passion of mine. And if you want your passion to turn into a career, you need to add accountability, or else it's just going to be something you do for fun, something you can turn into a career, something you can maximize the full potential of. After 10 minutes of ruminating, I just said it in the back of my head, you're going to record episode 8 no matter what. Even if I was in the midst of feeling depressed or feeling angry and feeling confused and feeling sad, I just put a stamp at the back of my head like, yo, this is not going to stop the flow of anything you're doing. You need to keep on doing it. And that's when you start realizing how blessed you were when you lose something. You don't know the value of something until you lose it. That's when I realized like, yo, I had it. Not easy, but I had it. And now I really appreciate that I had it. Now I really appreciate every single thing I have and even take way better care of it. It's not like I was careless or anything. It's just unfortunate. Up to now, I don't know how it broke. I've never dropped this iPad. I don't drop stuff bigger than my phone. Never. Like, it's beyond screen protector level. I can see the inside of the iPad. That's how bad the break is, by the way, if you wanted to know. But it just baffles me. Like, why? Why did it have to happen? There's a scenario, there's a universe where this did not happen and everything was all right. Why didn't that happen? Is this a test? Is this a test from the universe? Is this a check? Is this a checkpoint in my life? Because I realized that before anything drastic happens to me, before anything really good happens to me, something really shitty happens. Something way out of my control happens. And I just accepted it. I knew this is how my life is. So nowadays, when really shitty things happen to me that is totally out of my control, I just leave it, I just have that it is what it is mentality, and I try my absolute best to move on and not allow it break the flow of whatever I'm doing or break my flow as per. I'll be like, what a shitty day. No, that's not a shitty day. That's a shitty minute. That's a shitty 5 minutes. That's a shitty 30 minutes. A shitty 1 hour. I'm not going to let a bad situation that happened at the current time affect my whole time, because I heard from somewhere that emotional pain only lasts about 5 minutes, and every single pain you feel after that is just self-inflicted. And that made me really think, like when you're sad, what made you sad? Or that sadness itself, it doesn't really last. But it lasts long because you let it last long. When you feel angry, when you feel depressed, when you feel lost, when you feel lonely, it's for a very short period of time. But then because you keep on dwelling on it and putting all your energy and thoughts into it, it elongates, and for some people it turns into a lifetime of bad emotions. It turns into a whole week of bad emotions. It turns into a whole day of bad emotions, however you want to view it. But the timeline of you actually being sad scientifically is way shorter than you actually allow yourself to be sad. I'm going to use sad in this case, but you can apply it to any emotion. And I think this happens the other way also, with happiness and joy and all these things. It happens for a short period of time, but you can choose to either elongate it and make it like, I had a great day, I had a great week, I had a great life, I had a great month, I had a great year. Or you can just choose to enjoy it only at that time. And some people do that. Some people enjoy their happiness for when something happens, and that's it. After that, they go back to normal. And some people elongate it and they live the best life ever. They're always in good spirits. They're always in good emotions. That tells you that you have control on your perspective towards life, towards anything. It's all in your hands. And the moment you realize that you're in control, that's when you start deciding on how you want to feel, when you want to feel, how you process things. Because when you realize you're in control, it becomes easier. It's not easy, but the knowledge that you can control your emotions and feelings and energy allows you to have that control back in your life. I could have easily called in sad or called in depressed, because it's up to now. I still feel really bad and shitty about the iPad. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Like, fixing it is a whole another case. I don't even want to start thinking about, but there's that also. And I could have easily just posted on my story, oh no, episode 8 because of this. And it's a valid excuse. But like I said, I just know this is going to start a snowball effect where anything that happens, I'll skip an episode. Anything that happens, I'll stop doing what I'm supposed to do. Anything that happens will disrupt my flow. And the fact that I can still shoot this episode means that I'm just reconfirming what I said earlier. You can still be in control when something out of your control happens. You are still in control of your reaction towards it, towards that situation, towards that event, towards the feeling you're feeling. You can still be in control. But yeah, let's go back to why I was happy. Why I was happy before this iPad news at 4 a.m. hits me. Messi. I feel like why Messi winning the World Cup is so heavy, is so inspiring is because we all know he failed before at winning the World Cup. We all labeled Messi as a failure on the international level, and within the span of few years, he has won everything you could possibly win on an international level. In more than 10 years of his career, he never won anything at an international level. And now he has won everything. That goes back to what I talked about in episode 6. Success is a long run thing. You can't base your success off couple of months, couple of years. It's in the long run. As long as you don't stop, as long as you don't hit that snooze button, that quit button, you are going to succeed one day, whether you like it or not. If you keep on optimizing and becoming better than you were yesterday, you are going to be a success. And Messi just reconfirmed that. So you can apply to anything you're doing, as I'm applying to myself, because he just gave me ginger, he just gave me motivation, like, yo, I said, keep going, This should give you inspiration, keep going. One day you're going to be celebrated on your big stage. Everyone has their stage. Messi's stage is football. Your stage could be anything. I know what my stage is. But you are going to be celebrated on whatever stage you choose to be celebrated on, if that's your target, and you keep on going towards it. And you build a good team around you. No matter what you're doing, you need a team. And the earlier you realize this, the better for you. You cannot do everything alone. No one is a one-man army. Yes, you can be the face of something, but you need a team that runs you or runs that thing you're working on at the background level. The team could be helping you physically with motivation, inspiration. It could be financial. It could be spiritual. It could be mental. It could be anything, in any area. But you definitely need a team, people that rally you on, people that keep you in check, people that you can just talk to for 5 minutes about any problem and they just keep you right on track. Like immediately I found out this news about the iPad, I just sent the video of me ranting about it to my guys, to my specific people, you feel me? Even without them replying. Like I said, it was 4 a.m. They're obviously sleeping, but this morning when they replied me, Kyo said, like, it's all good, what to do now? Keep going, it's all good. You need people like that, to just rally you on, to push you forward when everything else is holding you back. So do not push everyone away when you are chasing something bigger than yourself. You need a team to get you there. You need a team to help you be the best version of yourself. If you have a team, you're also part of someone's team, because the same way they're helping you is the same way you're probably helping them, or at least in the best way you can. When you have a team, it's never going to be one-sided. Even if they're helping you with something different, you help them with something else that you can offer help in, because no matter what, you have resource of some type. You just need to know what kind of resource you have. It might not be money, it might be energy, it might be you pray for them, it might be you're always there for them, it might be you talk to them, it might be you have connections, it might be you're working out with them, it might be you're keeping them in shape, it might be so many things. But think of your advantage in life. What do you have in surplus right now? What do you have that you can say, I'm really good at so and so? That is your advantage. That's what you bring to the table. So bring it to the table. Because if you don't know you have it, you're never going to bring it to the table. So know what you have, know what you're blessed with, because no matter your situation, there's something you have to give. There's always something you have to give. I know everyone is chasing money and everyone is, chasing that bag for good reasons, so we can buy our freedom. But before you get there, do not forget everything else you have. Do not forget what makes you who you are. Money is just a worldly thing that we need nowadays to live life, to buy our freedom. It's just a necessity. And I wish and I pray everyone gets the bag. So that becomes the least of your worries, and then you can really focus on these other parts of life that you really can enjoy. Because having money and just having lots of money, it gets to a point where no matter the amount of money you have, there's no difference. You feel me? There's no much difference between someone that has $10 million and $100 million. You can do everything that other person can do. You can buy anything that other person can buy. You feel me? Like what? The most expensive car, you can buy it, the person can buy it. A mansion, you can buy it, the person can buy it. A private jet, like there's just a limit. And don't take me word for word on it, but you get what I'm saying. I said it in the last episode also. Money shouldn't be the goal. The goal should be you perfecting a certain craft, being really good at something, and automatically you're gonna get your bag. Automatically you're gonna get paid, and that will also help you from not losing yourself. Because when you keep on chasing money and numbers, it will tire you out. You get tired, or you lose yourself, or you lose people. Because money can be repelling sometimes. When that's all you're focusing on, it can really be repelling. Even if all of us want it and we need it, it's also repelling to always be about that. So just, stay in check and keep yourself in check. I made a poll on Instagram about what I should talk about today, and most people said body image and self-acceptance. So let's talk about that a little bit. Body image. I remember in high school when you come back from holidays, everyone adds a little bit of weight or everyone is looking more plump or chubby. We used to call it chubby back then. I don't know if that's still a thing now, but there was normal, chubby, and then fat. Fat was labeled unhealthy. That's just when it was too much. But chubby is just, that's the way the person is, the person is just a big person. And that's cool. We love big people. But then in high school, we didn't really have a toxic culture on body image that much, honestly, because the activities of high school back then, in boarding school, 95% of people were in shape, I would say, in my high school. 95% of people were in shape because we were always doing physical activities. The school was big. You're always walking long distances. Sports was fun. It wasn't a task. It wasn't something you had to do. It was something you enjoy doing. And automatically, if you play sports or do any sort of sports, you're going to be in shape, So 95% of people back then in high school were in shape. And even the people that didn't play sports, they were in shape. I don't know how, I don't know why, but this was my reality in high school. So there was no much of a body image issue. But there were some things I personally didn't feel comfortable with. I didn't feel comfortable with my legs. I used to walk a weird way. I don't know if I still walk like that, but I did not walk normal. I watched this senior back then, someone that was in a higher level than me when I was a junior, and he used to bounce when he walks, and I thought he was a cool guy, and I started copying him, and I started bouncing when I walked, and then my feet used to kind of face each other. Not a bow leg, but just my feet, not my leg. Just my feet used to almost kiss each other, if you can imagine that, when I'm walking, plus the bouncing. So I was really insecure about my legs. I tried to fix it, obviously, and I think it's a bit more fixed now than before, but it was bad back then, and I didn't used to be comfortable with my legs. I thought I had ugly legs, to be honest, until I think it is one of the good things my ex left me with. She said I really had sexy legs. That's the first time anyone told me that I had good legs, and I was like, really? Like, are you just saying this so I can feel good, or you're serious? Like, yeah, seriously. Like, and then three more people told me. I was like, damn, really? Like, this is what I've been feeling insecure about my whole life, and they're actually good. It gets me to the point. Some things you're insecure about is just in your head. It's just you thinking of it that is bad. When you're insecure about something, a certain part of your body, is all up in your head because you have this image of how it should look that you don't even rate it anymore. You don't even rate that part of your body anymore, You give it a 2 out of 10 immediately because it doesn't look like the version of 10 over 10 you have in your head, which is a wrong thing to do. It's better to look inwards, look at yourself only when you're looking at your body or parts of your body and things like that. Don't look at someone else and then compare, because there's so much differences between you and the other person, genetically, environmentally, socially, so many differences between you guys that you can't even begin to compare your body with your body, especially on Instagram. Oh my God, you don't even know what people have done. People might have had surgery, they might be using makeup, they might be using Photoshop, they might be like, don't you guys think for a second, like, if you're that body, like, if you're so strict and if you don't like the way your body looks because of some certain standards you have seen on social media, haven't you paused to think that the people on social media might have done so much, and the things they do, but you just see the final result, and that's the image of a good body you have now in your head. Like, just pause and think about it, so you can't compare yourself to people. Maybe you can have them as a mood board if you're targeting, some kind of aesthetic that you think that you can have. if you know you can look like this and you see someone that, can push you to get there, cool. For motivational purposes only, yes, that's healthy competition. You can say, okay, let me use this person as, the target. And on the way of chasing that person or trying to be like that person, I'll get my own version of myself that is really good, that I will love. It should be like that. You can never look like someone. You can never, ever, ever have the same aesthetics as someone else. It's impossible, no matter how you want to try it. Even if you do exactly the things they did, you do the exact surgery, do the exact Photoshop, do everything, you cannot look like them. They are them because they are them, and you are you because you are you. So don't compare, and just look inwards into yourself and be the best version of yourself. Just aim to be what you really think you can be. Don't give yourself impossible dreams and nightmares, Just really dial in on who you are. If you're someone that's never ever been, ripped and muscular and something like that for guys, or you're a girl that you have never had a shape you're always saying, maybe that's not you. If you've never had it, but let's say you've had it and now you had 1-2 years of being lazy and just something bad happened to you in your life, and you know that you can look like that you want to look like how you looked before, easy. Then now you can even put your former self as your mood board and chase it. Or if you really think that I can lose so and so, then cool, go for it. And set small tiny goals to get there. Don't put a picture of someone or picture of yourself or look at something and be like, boom, I want to look like this person, and start working out or dieting, and that's the only thing you're looking at. Just scratch all of that. On one day, say I want to look at this person, remove that, and now start focusing on today. What do I do? Tomorrow, what do I do? What am I doing now to help me get there? Set very, very small goals, Don't plan your 3 months in advance. Plan 3 days, plan 2 days, plan today, depending on how time allows you to do that. But don't plan too far, because so many things happen, and when you don't hit big goals, it can really be discouraging. I used to use this app to learn languages, Duolingo, and one of the features in Duolingo is that it gives you a streak. Every single day you come and learn a certain language, it keeps your streak. And I remember I reached day 100 and I lost my streak. It took me so long to start doing it again because I lost this big number that I was, accumulating. This streak I was on, I lost the streak for one day, and it took me weeks to get back into it. And after those weeks, I just became less and less motivated to learn because I could never get those 100 days back. At least that's how I felt. And that's the downside of creating streaks for yourself to reach a certain goal. Just focus on the next day. I wish Duolingo, every day I learned, it just told me, congrats, you've learned today, and that's it. And just give me a reminder to come tomorrow. Don't tell me have a 30-day streak to get this reward or have a 60-day streak to get this reward. No, just give me very small steps to climb, and I won't even know when is day 300. And if I miss one day, it's cool. If you're on a 100-day streak and you miss one day, okay, 99 days. Tomorrow will make it 100. You feel me? Instead of each crushing that whole 100 days streak and then you have to reset to day 1. You feel me? It's more discouraging when you break a big streak than if you just break a daily streak, because then you continue tomorrow. You feel me? So set small steps for yourself to get there. And self-acceptance. You should really accept who you want to be. If right now you are not the person who you want to be, then you have no right to accept yourself. You should not accept yourself. If you have a vision on how you want to be, on who you want to be, do not accept your current self. Do every single thing you can to be that person you want to be. The moment you accept your current self, you're going to be that person you are now for life. Do you want that? Yes or no? Depending on what you choose. If you choose yes, then okay, cool. That means you are at a very good state of mind, of being. That means you are happy with who you are now. So just accept yourself, love yourself, and do not look outside anymore. Just keep on looking inside and be grateful and find ways to remain who you are. Because even if you're in a good state, things will always happen to make you worse. So now your battle is maintaining who you are, which is still a battle, honestly. But accept it and fight to stay the way you are if you're happy with how you are. But if you're not happy with the way you are, then now your battle is fighting to get out of that position you're in, of that state of being you're in, which is also a battle of its own. So it's different battles if you like who you are and don't like who you are. But it is not bad to not like who you are. For me, the only thing constant is change. Like I may wake up tomorrow and feel a certain way, and I want to be like this in the next 2 months. Let me work on this. Now, for the next 2 months, the next day from tomorrow, I'm gonna start working on how I can be that guy. That's how it is. You shouldn't be happy or accept who you are if that's not who you really want to be. If you are who you want to be, truly, now your battle is maintaining and keeping and guarding that treasure that you are. So that's just my short take on body image and self-acceptance. I don't feel you should allow any celebrity or media tell you how you should be. I feel you should set your own standards for yourself, and your standards should be good, something you're happy with genuinely, not something someone else told you to be happy with, or something someone told you to not be happy with, something you yourself should be happy with, which means that you should really be connected to yourself so much that you understand who you are, that you can analyze yourself and come up with questions and answers to tell you what you like and don't like without the media, without the social media influencer, without anything. You should be able to understand yourself more than anyone else. You should be able to ask questions when someone else tells you what is good or bad. Someone says, drinking milk is bad for you because of so and so chemicals. Just don't accept it. You like ask questions like, really? Is this true? Go on Google. Like, do everything you can to always question the narrative, so you're not easily controlled by influences, the general media. Always ask questions. Like, if possible, disbelieve everything first until proven otherwise. Just so you're always in control of your own self and someone else can just control you and tell you what to do or not, or what is good or bad, Because good or bad is relative to every individual. There's no general good and there's no general bad. Another man's meat is another man's poison. So you need to really understand yourself so you're not easily controlled by others people's influences. So you don't start eating someone else's food because they said it's good. Is it good to you? No. Like, you feel me? Like when I bring my best friend to Nigerian food, they don't like it. They don't like some things, and that's totally cool. But if they're now liking it because I like it, who's suffering? I'm enjoying the food personally, but they're not enjoying it, but they're telling me they enjoy it just to, to be cool. So everything is calm. No, like what you like and dislike what you don't like, and remain true to you. Don't let anyone tell you what's good or bad for you. Be in control. And for you to be in control, you have to have the knowledge and understanding of yourself. Like, if I don't like something, I don't care who you are, I'll tell you I don't like it. And it's simple, because I don't like Nigerian food, I'll be like, oh, you can't be my friend. Oh, yeah, snake. Oh, you're such a bad person. Oh, blah, blah, blah. No, you don't like it, you don't like it. It's cool. We're not meant to like and dislike the same things. You can never, ever, that's not possible. We have different backgrounds. We have different, experiences, different cultures. You can't like what everyone likes, and you can't dislike everything everyone dislikes. So make all your decisions very, very personal to you. Don't like something because everyone likes it, or dislike something because everyone dislikes it. Have your own standards. Set up your own, your own filters, Is this person this? Let me check. Let me think about it. Give yourself your own answers to every single thing you come across, so you're always in control. That's my tip on that, on body image and self-acceptance. The more you can understand yourself, the more knowledge and understanding you have of yourself as a person, as an individual, as a consciousness, the better for you. It will be easy to accept yourself, because now no one can tell you, oh, you look this, you look that. No one can tell you that, because you know how you look. And you have accepted how you look, and you have not accepted the way you look, depending on your decision. Like I said earlier, if you don't like how you are, So even if someone else comes to tell you, be like, yeah, I know, cool, I'm walking towards it, thank you. What would they say? What can they say? They can't have a hold on you when you're in total control of yourself, of your thought processes, of your actions. If you're just reacting to everything and you're not really thinking things through, the other person is in control. Like, if someone can come tell you a word now and make you angry, that means they are in control. But if you choose your reaction to that, you're in control. You feel me? Do not be in control of someone else's thoughts, actions, words, whatever medium of communication they use. Always be the one in control, and life will be easier for you because now you know everything you like and dislike. You know where you want to go, you know where you don't want to go, you know what you want to say, you know what you don't want to say, not based on what someone else thinks you should say or do. You're going to be truly you, and that's when you even find happiness and joy, because nothing is going to make you who you're not, if you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, that's my take on that. If you're watching this, you can see I'm wearing a tie, a vintage tie, a denim jacket that I destroyed, and a white shirt underneath. And I'm not wearing the tie and shirt in a normal way. I'm actually flying the collar button. I opened it and I dropped the tie lower than it, so it looks more, I don't know, more edgy, more not formal, but formal, if you get it. And this denim jacket was destroyed by the boys. We just wrote things on it, I think, during lockdown. I designed it and it came out really cool. Anyone that's seen me in this jacket has read it. And it depicts a certain period of time in our lives. So yeah, it's cool. But pro tip of the day, you can probably destroy some pieces you have already and make new pieces out of them. You feel me? Like denim jackets, like denim jeans, like old Air Forces or old Dunks. You can probably, design them or customize them. Either you rip the bottoms or use markers and draw over it and stuff like that, just to, make something out of it. You can try it, There's probably something in your closet you haven't worn for a year. Just take it and destroy it, in a good way. Not destroy it as in burn it up, but make something really cool out of it. And then it becomes a new piece that you can start wearing again. So yeah, I do not want this podcast to go viral, honestly. If I had to choose, I wouldn't choose virality because I don't like viral. I like steady and continuous growth. I want it to grow in a way that anyone new that comes to listen to the podcast and anyone that's been listening to the podcast, I'm always providing value for them, and I'm not trying to get new people or say things people like or say things that will get me viral just to get viral, Like everything I talk about is timeless. No matter when you look at it or listen to it, it's something that can give you value at any single period of time. It's not trendy, it's not catchy, it's just what I really feel, how I really think, in a way that I feel will help you. Like anything I'm telling you on this podcast, the goal of it is to help you in some way. And I hope you're a sharp guy, a sharp person, a sharp lady to pick up things that I'm saying. It might be a story I tell that you just take something out of and that's it. Cool, I'm happy with that. But I don't really want to go viral and blow up, and have all this. I just want to have my people, I want to have my own people that I can say are my people. I just want to make sure everyone that listens to it is entertained, is inspired, is motivated, is transformed, is learn something new, even if it's a fact, just some sort of value. And I'm happy with that. And I'm going to keep on trying my best, obviously, to make new people listen to it, to see if they like it and see if they can gain value from it. Then they join. But I'm not really aiming to go viral and go big Broadway. You feel me? That's not my vision for this. Obviously, if it happens, thank God. But that's not the goal. My goal is just to have my own people. I can call my people and we can feed off each other. So yeah, now one final thing I want to leave you with is, when was the last time you did something for someone? Like you consciously did something for someone. You decided, okay, today I am going to help someone. Today I am going to provide something for someone. I don't care in what form. It might be I might text someone about their day, like truly ask them about their day and talk to them or just listen to them. Like, when last did you provide someone with genuine help? And I'm not even talking about money. Like sincere sit down talk with someone to, help them out. Someone you don't know, someone you're not close to, like just not completely random, but there's some people like that you can talk to that you're not also really close to. So that's the action step I want us to take in this podcast. Go talk to someone. It might be your cousin you haven't talked to in a long while. It might be your nephew. It might be a family relative you haven't caught up with in a long time. And this might be what they need. Just a call from you or a text from you. And it's just make their day better. So tonight, or tomorrow, sorry, I'm calling my whole family, just to check up on them. My brother, to check up on him. My cousins, just to check up on them, because I honestly forget to do these things sometimes. Not sometimes, a lot of times I forget to check up on family members because I just, there's just not much to talk about in general, but you should because they're family. Some people, you guys you're very close to your family and you see them every day. Cool. But for me, it's been a long distance relationship between me and my family. So if I don't put in that effort, if we don't put in that effort to catch up and, check up on each other, we'll probably forget. So just check up on someone. If you're close to your family already, it might be your friends, a friend you haven't caught up with in a long time, but you guys were close at some point in your life. Catch up on them. Share this podcast with them. Share this podcast with someone you can share it to, someone you're comfortable sharing cringe stuff like this. Joking, the podcast is not cringe. The podcast is very good for anyone who listens to it and gains something from it. Thank you guys for joining me on episode 8 of the podcast. Even if it was hard for me to record this podcast because I have so many problems to deal with right now, I'm holding myself accountable, and you should also hold yourself accountable. No matter how something out of your control moves you out of your comfort zone, out of your regular timings and schedules and plans for something, still do it. Still do it. And it's more rewarding because now you know you're strong. Now you know you're firm. Now you know you're reliable, which will add more confidence to you, add more joy to you, and you can say that you're a man or woman of your word, even if it's just to yourself. So yeah, peace out everyone. Love you all. Wish me luck on this podcast. I hope I get it out by tomorrow. But I'm going to start that process of, try my best to get it out by tomorrow. I love you guys. Peace be unto you. It's your boy Odia. Odia, your vibes bringer, your battery charger, your storyteller. This is the Get Exposed show, and that's a wrap. Thank you.